a video capturing a tense and physical confrontation between WNBA legend Diana Taurasi and rising college basketball star Caitlin Clark has taken the internet by storm, rapidly going viral across multiple social media platforms.
Oh, it's always great. Every year is a different journey. And I think that's the best thing about being in a team sport, that it's always different, new faces. The goal is always the same, though. And it starts with, day one, trying to build that chemistry and finding what you are as a team. Really nice. I've been in town for the most part, working out, USA basketball. So I've had a great off season, getting to know Nate a little bit more. And, we're just excited that everyone's back. I'm really excited. I've known Tosh for a long time, competing against her. And
the footage, which shows the two athletes embroiled in a heated exchange that escalates into a physical altercation, has left fans and commentators alike reeling with shock and concern. This unexpected clash between two of the most prominent figures in women's basketball has ignited a firestorm of debate regarding the intensity of competition, the nature of sportsmanship, and the evolving dynamics within women's sports.
You be studying my arms?
Yeah, you got some good arms.
Yeah, I do. It's very nice. I think at times, I'm small, but I try to hold my own the best I can, and it's actually funny. We were playing live the other day, and I was backing down E-Dub, and E-Dub's like, "Man, I thought I was just gonna push you out of the way, but you're a little stronger than I thought." I was like, "Yeah, E-Dub, don't mess with me."
The video, reportedly captured during a highly anticipated exhibition game between a select WNBA All-Star team and a top NCAA college team, showcases a moment that no one saw coming. What began as a routine play quickly turned into an intense showdown as Taurasi, known for her fierce competitiveness and no-nonsense attitude, collided with Clark, a player celebrated for her sharpshooting abilities and fiery spirit on the court.
she's always been one of my favorites to play against. There's certain people that compete a certain way, no matter what the score is, no matter how their season's going, and she's one of those players. And to bring that energy to our team and that type of competitiveness, I think it's going to move the needle for us. And then Kai is just so dynamic. I mean, there's not many players like her in the world at her size, what she can do offensively, defensively. I've gotten to know her pretty well through USA camps, and there is a certain seriousness about her that's scary for everyone else.
In the footage, the altercation appears to begin with a verbal exchange that quickly escalates. The exact words exchanged between Taurasi and Clark remain unclear, but it's evident from their body language that tensions were running high. As the two players continued to exchange words, the situation spiraled out of control, culminating in Taurasi shoving Clark, who retaliated with equal force.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to us. We know how the WNBA season goes. It comes really quickly. You have to find a way to forge these relationships and this chemistry very quickly. And it starts with, today's brunch. It starts with going to San Diego today and starting our training camp. And we start forging those, really strong relationships that help you on the court. I mean, what an incredible career. I had an opportunity to play with Candace on the national team in Russia, obviously, and the WNBA.
The physical exchange, though brief, was intense, with teammates and officials rushing in to separate the two stars before the situation could escalate further. To fully understand the significance of this incident, it's essential to delve into the backgrounds of both Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark, two athletes who represent different eras and styles of basketball.
At her size, being able to do what she did really opened up, I think, the door to seeing a new way of playing basketball, especially on the women's side. And what an incredible career, honestly. She's done some things that not many people even dream of doing. And, what she did at Tennessee is just incredible. And, what she's doing on the other side too now, being on TNT and opening all those opportunities for women. I mean, she's really a trailblazer in a lot of ways.
Diana Taurasi, often hailed as the greatest female basketball player of all time, has had an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades. A 3-time WNBA champion with the Phoenix Mercury, Taurasi is known for her scoring prowess, court vision, and leadership. She has also been a key figure in the U.S. women's national basketball team, contributing to multiple Olympic gold medals and World Cup victories.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. You know, sometimes it's hard when you have training camp in the city. You know, you have practice and then everyone goes and they're busy. But, you know, we're going to be in San Diego for 5 days and really get to know each other. We have a brand new group, and I think it'll be a great opportunity to get to know each other and start, you know, building chemistry as a team.
How do you feel heading in?
Her legacy in the sport is cemented by her numerous accolades, including multiple WNBA MVP awards, scoring titles, and all-star selections. Taurasi's reputation as a fierce competitor and a vocal leader on the court has earned her both admiration and criticism throughout her career. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, is one of the brightest young stars in women's basketball today.
I mean, that's just all hot smoke, clickbait. I mean, the man is a coach. That's what he does for his whole life. He coached at the highest level in the NBA, and to have an opportunity to be around him for the last 4 or 5 months, it's just, it's been refreshing. He loves the game. He loves the coach, and I'm just really excited for us and our fans.
As a standout guard for the University of Iowa, Clark has garnered widespread attention for her exceptional shooting range, playmaking ability, and tenacity. Her performances have often drawn comparisons to some of the game's greats, and she has quickly become a fan favorite for her fearless approach to the game. Despite her youth, Clark has already shattered several records and earned numerous accolades, including being named an All-American and leading the NCAA in scoring. The altercation between Taurasi and Clark, while shocking, is perhaps indicative of the broader trends and rising tensions within women's basketball. Over the past few years, the sport has seen a significant increase in visibility and competitiveness. The WNBA has grown in popularity, with games drawing larger audiences and more media coverage than ever before. Concurrently, women's college basketball. The sports world has been shaken by a viral video showing an intense altercation between WNBA coach Cheryl Reeve and college basketball star Caitlin Clark. The footage, which has rapidly spread across social media, captures a heated exchange that has left fans and analysts alike stunned. The incident has sparked widespread debate, raising concerns about sportsmanship and the high-pressure environment within professional and collegiate sports. As the video continues to circulate, questions about the context and repercussions of this confrontation are growing, drawing significant attention to the figures involved.
You know, we haven't seen him a lot, I'll say that. What I have seen, and you know, coming into the season, you know, watching her in college, I said the single best thing that she does that young players don't do is she plays at an incredible pace. And pace can get you really, really far, and there's great value in that. Pace and passing, I think, are her 2 greatest things. I know the sexier part is probably the logo 3, but the pace and the passing is what makes her exceptional in my mind. You know, the importance of the W, you're all standing here. I don't think it's just for Maya Moore's you know, jersey into the rafters. At least I hope some of you are here for that. But every city that she's in, I thought it was really cool her senior year of college to see that take hold. It wasn't just the Iowa fan.
In the world of sports, emotions run high, and tensions can sometimes boil over in ways that surprise even the most seasoned observers. Recently, a video emerged online that has quickly gone viral, capturing an unexpected and intense altercation between Cheryl Reeve, the highly respected and accomplished head coach of the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx, and Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest young stars in women's college basketball. The video, showing a heated exchange between the two, has sparked widespread debate and concern across the sports world, drawing attention not only for its shocking content, but also for what it reveals about the pressures and challenges faced by athletes and coaches at the highest levels of competition. Cheryl Reeve has long been a prominent figure in women's basketball, known for her strategic brilliance, passionate coaching style, and the success she has brought to the Minnesota Lynx. With multiple WNBA championships under her belt, Reeve has established herself as one of the most successful and influential coaches in the league's history. Her tenure with the Lynx has been marked by consistent excellence, driven by her commitment to discipline, hard work, and a deep understanding of the game. Players who have worked with Reeve often speak of her as a demanding but supportive coach, someone who pushes them to reach their full potential while also caring deeply about their personal development. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, represents the future of women's basketball.
We've wanted a player or a league that can, sort of transcend some of these spaces and have a roadshow. The NBA has had their players that people come to see, right? So when the Wolves sell tickets, there are certain games that they know people are going to come watch certain players. And Caitlin Clark and some of the other rookies give us that. Obviously, Caitlin, being the headliner.
As a standout player for the University of Iowa, Clark has quickly risen to prominence with her remarkable scoring ability, court vision, and competitive spirit. Her performances on the court have garnered widespread attention, making her one of the most talked-about players in the NCAA. Clark's style of play is characterized by her fearlessness, her willingness to take on challenges, and her knack for delivering in clutch moments. These qualities have endeared her to fans and have made her a role model for young athletes aspiring to make their mark in the sport. The footage that has now gone viral shows a side of both Reeve and Clark that many did not expect to see. The video, captured during what appears to be a private or semi-private moment, shows the two engaged in a heated verbal confrontation. The intensity of the exchange is palpable, with both individuals clearly agitated. Reeve, known for her normally composed demeanor, appears visibly angry, while Clark, typically confident and unflappable on the court, seems equally fired up. The video offers no clear audio of the words exchanged, leaving viewers to speculate about the cause of the dispute and the specific nature of the conflict between the two. The reaction to the video has been swift and varied. On social media, the footage has been shared and reshared thousands of times, with users offering a wide range of opinions and interpretations. Some have expressed shock and disappointment, questioning how two respected figures in the sport could allow their emotions to get the better of them in such a public way. Others have been more understanding, noting the intense pressure that both Reeve and Clark are under in their respective roles and suggesting that moments of conflict are inevitable in such high-stakes environments. For Reeve, this incident is particularly striking given her long-standing reputation as a coach who values professionalism and sportsmanship. Throughout her career, she has been a vocal advocate for the growth of women's basketball, both at the professional and grassroots levels. She has spoken frequently about the importance of mentoring young players, helping them navigate the challenges of their careers and preparing them for life beyond basketball. This altercation with Clark, therefore, stands in stark contrast to the image that Reeve has cultivated over the years. It raises questions about what might have provoked such a strong reaction from her and whether this moment reflects deeper tensions within the sport. Clark, meanwhile, is at a different stage in her career. As a college athlete, she is still in the process of establishing herself and defining her public persona. While she is known for her competitive edge and fiery style of play, this incident might shape perceptions of her in new ways. The confrontation with Reeve could be seen as a sign of Clark's intensity and passion for the game, or it could be interpreted as evidence of immaturity or lack of control. Much will depend on how Clark and those around her respond to the situation in the days and weeks to come. One possible outcome of this situation is a renewed focus on the importance of mental health and well-being in sports. The stress and pressure that come with competing at the elite level can take a toll on even the most resilient individuals. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the need to support athletes and coaches in managing these pressures, whether through mental health resources, better communication channels, or more supportive team cultures. The incident between Reeve and Clark could serve as a catalyst for further conversations about how to create environments in which both athletes and coaches can thrive without reaching a breaking point. It looks like Cheryl Reeve and the Team USA Selection Committee might be in a bit of trouble. For this one, we need to head all the way down to Phoenix.
Yeah, if you can promise me that's how it's going to work out this time, I can tell you it was very positive tonight. Really short-sighted of me if I don't take a moment and recognize what a great game it was, what a great environment, fun for people to watch, and we have work to do, right? And we know that.
It's going to be fun, I think. Obviously, as two rookies, like getting to share this experience for the first time, like super rare to be here as a rookie, and then to have two of us here, I think it's just really great overall. I think obviously the fans are going to be very excited about it, but I'm excited to share the court honestly with everybody. Like meeting new people, this is my first experience here. Obviously, know these two, but everybody else, like just getting to know them over the course of the weekend and enjoying the experience.
This is going to be a long month for Cheryl Reeve and the Team USA Selection Committee. What we witnessed yesterday was a massacre. The WNBA team was clearly the better team on the court. Whoever selected these women to go to Paris should be ashamed. Cheryl Reeve and others are making excuses for why this team performed so poorly, but we're going to jump into it all right now.
Tiffany Blackman moments ago caught up with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin, you all were able to turn up the defensive intensity in this quarter, get some key stops. What did that do for you in the transition game?
Yeah, I think we responded well after we had to use that timeout early in the third. I think turnovers are costing us a little bit. If we can take care of the ball a little bit better, we'll be in a better position, but I thought we did better on the O boards.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark with 18 points, 9 points.
The Team USA Selection Committee is under fire. Reports are starting to come out from the WNBA pipeline that people are not happy with the team they're sending to Paris. It's being reported that the Team USA Selection Committee is under extreme heat from WNBA fans following the loss in the All-Star Game. While the 2024 WNBA All-Star Weekend was extremely entertaining and one of the best in recent memory, it has led to a lot of controversy for Team USA.
So, sometimes it's good that, obviously the adversity, etc. I don't think we needed a game like this to have our attention per se. We know how hard it is to do what we're trying to do, and we just have work to do to get there.
There has already been drama with Indiana Fever star Kelsey Clark's absence from the team, but after the Team WNBA victory, that drama has spread to other players. Multiple players who succeeded in the game proved they're good enough to have a spot on the Team USA roster. The Olympic team losing to players who all missed out on a spot isn't a good look, particularly for the selection committee.
Overall, I think the stuff that we did, we don't really know else what we could do action-wise. We need feedback, right? So get a little more pressure in the paint, a little more pressure on the rim. I thought Dorica had some good moments in the second half. Watch it back. I'm not sure if we're going to love that we were small. Maybe we should have stayed big and get a little more pressure on the inside. But analytics during the game showed us that we were better small, so we did it.
As one fan pointed out, this is not a good look. Don Staley is on this committee. Cheryl Reeve is on this committee. And everybody else is trying to be quiet like they aren't. From what I'm hearing, they're silent and avoiding the spotlight. But whatever the case, they have definitely dropped the ball. People are not happy. This is the team we're sending to Paris, and we better hope they win gold. If they don't, I can assure you the fans will make it clear that they were not happy with this decision.
A lot. Like, I tried to watch the WNBA as much as I could. I mean, Maya Moore was my favorite player growing up. I can't remember like specifically like one All-Star game. That's tough for me. But I mean, I always watch. Like, I was a huge supporter.
Cheryl Reeve has been making excuses about this whole thing. The commissioner opened up about the increase in interest across the league, but didn't give Caitlin Clark any praise. We're going to roll it all out right now.
I mean, I think it's been happening, prior even to this team. This momentum, this wave, that we're feeling. It has been sort of this kind of journey for women's basketball to get the attention that it is, getting at this point. So I think we mirror what's happening, obviously in the WNBA. And, I think hopefully this team can uphold, sort of the culture and the level of success and compete. And but I don't necessarily know that this team is going to be, the team that changes things. I think we're continuing to, be on that upward trajectory, and this team has absolutely been a part of that.
That was Team USA coach Cheryl Reeve speaking with reporters yesterday, kind of making excuses for the loss. Moving on to the commissioner, she spoke about all these increases within the league, and she's ecstatic about them, which she has every right to be.
It was the same, I think 4 years prior. I'm pretty sure the Team WNBA beat Team USA. They were perfectly fine in the Olympics. I think if anything, it shows how good this league is. It shows how much talent is in this league and how you have to show up and prepare every single night, because there's a lot of players that aren't even here on All-Star Weekend that can, be here and be in these moments too. It just shows the amount of talent that we have.
You've got to give praise to Caitlin Clark. None of this stuff would be happening without Caitlin Clark. She went on a whole rant about all these increases, like the league is just on fire because everyone suddenly loves the WNBA. No, that's not the case.
And rim, she'll get to the rim, which is something this group without fee desperately needs. And that's another player that we're just asking for her to, when she comes in the game, not feel it out. You got to come in and impact it right away. She knows that, we're going to live with whatever shot she takes. And some of them are, maybe a little harder. But in order for a player to be aggressive, they have to know, that you're not going to, limit what shots and where. And I think Chechi's benefited from that.
Cheryl Reeve has been making excuses about this whole thing. The commissioner opened up about the increase in interest across the league, but didn't give Caitlin Clark any praise.
It's awesome, and to be a part of this, to see it grow, it's super special. I'm happy for the players that have been in this league for a really long time to have moments like these and opportunities like these, because they've deserved it. It's been a long time coming, but honestly, I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like you said, the 2 expansion teams that already announced and are, going to be coming over the course of the next 2 years, that's only going to help the league grow. It's going to get more eyeballs, get us into new markets. The new media rights deal, that's going to help. So it's just, day by day, year by year, it's only going to continue to get better, and it's going to give people an opportunity to see how good women's basketball is from a professional level, but everybody knows how good the talent is in the college level, and you want to continue to get more of those players into this league, because there's so many fans at the college level, and continue to bring those fans here. So for myself, I'm just very thankful and grateful, and if I can help in any way, that's all I'm trying to do, is continue to bring people to want to support this game.
In contrast, the selected Team USA players struggled defensively, allowing over 60 points in the paint. This defensive lapse was a critical factor in their defeat.
Yeah, I think obviously Cheryl, she's one of the pioneers of our game and just an awesome individual. Her personality just radiates. Being around her, it just makes you smile. She's just such a cool human. So for her to get to coach us, super exciting for me. I was super excited when I heard that news. Just a great opportunity to be around somebody that's given so much to this game, and to get to enjoy my first experience with her, honestly.
Kind of the same as what they've been saying. Cheryl Miller told us that she wanted to win, and she made it clear and cut, and asked us how y'all want to do this. And I think we grow to appreciate it because at the end of the day, we're competitors, and what she's done for us and paved the way to even for us to be here. We're internally grateful for her, and I think that we only can do right by her by competing as best as we can tomorrow.
Next question to your left, in the fourth row, Cassandra.
Cassandra Negley with Yahoo Sports. For Caitlin and Aaliyah, when the Mercury practice facility opened, Diana talked about how it was for the future and continuing to level up. Caitlin, you're in your first All-Star. Aaliyah, you're second. What is it like to be here in Phoenix, knowing that you are that next generation to keep leveling up?
Yeah, it's super cool. And obviously their practice facility is amazing. And obviously the court being named after DT, like that's something she really deserves. And I think it's super cool. And I think their owner, Matt Ishbia, has done a great job of not only putting on this whole weekend, but being very invested into their team and giving them all the resources in the world to be great. I think it's something that is needed, and they definitely deserve it. But yeah, I mean, it's cool for us to share this experience together as two young players in this game, and there's so many young stars. I think like it's going to continue to grow forward, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of what he came and talked to us. Their owner came and talked to us after practice today, and that's what he kind of said. Like, we want this to be the start of continuing to just move the game forward and being celebrated and give you guys everything that you deserve. So I think it was super cool opportunity.
Really exciting. It's not surprising. I think it was important that, we valued ourselves in this negotiation.
Rookie of the Year, Kelton Clark and Cheryl Reeve, recently partnered for a big TV deal that can change the WNBA.
In the perfect timing, they're going to get a new TV deal, which is going to obliterate the old TV deal.
They have maintained a strong commitment to covering women's sports over the years, unlike other media in our market.
I think your commitment through the years in covering women's sports is not shared by, the broader media in our market.
Their social media game is improving our coverage, but they've still got more ground to cover.
We've improved our coverage in our market for sure, but it is not at the level that it should be at this point, given the magnitude of the events that we have had. Whether it's, WNBA championships, multiple times, and whether it's when we hosted the All-Star game, whatever it is. And so, we've got another step to go. I'm really hopeful that the current events in covering women's sports, how things are changing very rapidly, that our market is one that will grab a hold and share your passion for it.
The USA experience was the catalyst for her career trajectory. That was a turning point that launched her career.
Yeah, I think Kaz, the epitome of a career trajectory, in that her first USAB experience, was one in terms of where she was at in the league, that, it was typical first experience. She had a lot to learn, a lot to figure out.
She kicked off her WNBA journey and ended up snagging the MVP in the finals.
But she started figuring that out in the WNBA, obviously, as we know, with, culminating in an MVP in the finals. And she just keeps growing. She's got a great work ethic, great passion for the game. And so I think it's notable. I think, like you said a little bit later in her career, I think that's notable for players, that they understand. We were just having this conversation that it may not be your time when you're younger. Maybe there's just people at your position. Maybe you still have a little bit to add to your game, whatever it is. And, being patient in that process.
Recognizing our value was key in this negotiation, making sure we held our ground.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's not surprising. I think it was important that, we valued ourselves in this negotiation. It's certainly helpful to have this rookie class, led by Caitlin, who, is sort of driving, the media, the interest, the business.
Cheryl's making sure she knows what the WNBA's got in store for the beginning of the season.
And so I think making sure that, I said this in the beginning of the season, what can the WNBA do? We can take advantage and not sell ourselves short. And also have a vision for the future, where this league is headed, like all pro sports leagues that we have seen, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL. There is an evolution to a sports league. and we're in our evolution. This is our moment to take that next step.
According to Caitlin, Cheryl's a trailblazer in the sport and just a really cool individual.
Yeah, I think obviously Cheryl, she's like one of the pioneers of our game and just an awesome individual. Like her personality just radiates. Like being around her, it just makes you smile. Like she's just such a cool human. So for her to get to coach us, like super exciting for me. I was super excited when I heard that news. Like just a great opportunity to be around somebody that's given so much to this game and to get to enjoy this, my first experience with her, honestly. It's awesome, and to be a part of this, like to see it grow, it's super special. I'm happy for the players that have been in this league for a really long time to have moments like these and opportunities like these because they've deserved it. It's been a long time coming, but honestly, like I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Like you said, the 2 expansion teams that already announced and are, going to be coming over the course of the next 2 years, like that's only going to help the league grow. It's going to get more eyeballs, get us into new markets. The new media rights deal, that's going to help. So it's just, day by day, year by year, like it's only going to continue to get better, and it's going to give people an opportunity to see how good women's basketball is.
One of the greatest competitors that the league or women's basketball has ever seen, or sports have ever seen. One of the all-time greatest competitors. It's a player that we have loved to hate as an opponent, but that means you are really, really doing something great. She's done it all in big games, won us big games, makes big shots. Her level of compete, her understanding of the game, what should happen, her understanding of her teammates, how to put them in position to be successful.
It's truly fascinating to delve into everything that's been happening in the WNBA recently, from the standout performances on the court to the impactful social initiatives off the court.
Did you guys see this note? It's really interesting what's happened to the WNBA. In the perfect timing, they're going to get a new TV deal, which is going to obliterate the old TV deal. They're still going to lose money this year doing the charter flights. I think putting cart before horse is a little bit much, but the Caitlin Clark effect is real. It just is. And the latest sign is that they got 3.44 million people watched the WNBA All-Star Game on ABC, topping the previous record of 1.44 million. So 2 million more people watched the WNBA All-Star Game, in which the WNBA All-Stars beat Team USA. Anyway, 2 million more people watched. And I mean, I can't equate every one of those 2 million people to be because of Caitlin Clark. Her whole act, her whole bravado is so it's not just unbecoming of somebody who's a coach, but your job when you're USA basketball, the coach USA basketball, like you're a champion of the game. You're growing the game, and there just isn't. There's a coach speak code that everyone knows, and she refuses, and it shows her what has to be an insecurity, right? She feels like Shooter McGavin. That's what she feels like. I was too busy winning.
Caitlin took the worst team in the WNBA, had a rough start in the first year, and now they're actually competitive.
All right, dude, but she took the worst team in the WNBA. They're terrible to start the year, and now they're competitive. And oh yeah, by the way, she's really good, and people care. They want to watch her play. And when put in a situation where you have better players around her, she becomes a facilitator. I don't understand what her deal is, other than some massive, massive insecurity. And as we've said before, she is the embodiment of what's wrong with what's hard with women in the workplace. Is that the biggest challenge, biggest hurdle for women to get over in the workplace is other women.
You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road? What? 15,300. Wow. Okay? 15,300. Do you know what Caitlin Clark just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost $30 million, something like that.
Right there. Look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 76.45. Can you pull up what Caitlin Clark just got? What is the Nike contract with Caitlin Clark? Nike contract, $28 million is what the contract is. Okay? This is WNBA is paying Caitlin Clark $28 million. Good for freaking you. You know what America loves? Let me break it down for you. We absolutely love one thing. You know what it is? Underdogs. Caitlin Clark is an underdog. We don't care if it's WNBA. We don't care if it's the UFC and they said, Dana, you'll never make it. We don't care if it's a presidential candidate. We don't care if it's a comedian. We don't care if it's a businessman. We don't care if it's a podcaster. We don't care if it's a fighter. We don't care if it's anything. We don't care about your color. We don't care if you're married, single, divorced. We don't care about anything. We love humble underdogs. We just do. We love an underdog that comes in, that's got a fight, that wants to go out there and do it. And Caitlin Clark's doing it. And she's getting all these eyeballs. And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 million.